Today's video is about cutting cords with a narcissist or if you're in a toxic relationship. I try not to get too woo-woo with the work I do as a licensed psychotherapist, but I do believe there's something to say about cutting cords with an addict or a narcissist. I had to do this myself. My codependency on my ex-addict was over the top and was much greater than I realized. There was an energetic pull I couldn't explain away with just codependency. There was a much deeper soul connection, keeping me stuck. And with some of the tools I'm going to talk about today, I eventually was able to let go. When you begin establishing healthy boundaries and begin to separate yourself from your narcissist, abuser, or addict, you begin to feel strong and self-assured. As an empowered person, you will begin to feel more comfortable setting boundaries on a regular basis, and it becomes a regular part of daily living. The new pattern begins by setting one boundary, then another, then another. Remember, if you slip or relapse, allowing someone to cross your boundary, don't beat yourself up. You do not need to have everything figured out. This process takes time, so be compassionate with yourself. Besides boundaries, there's another layer of clearing I would like to talk about. Again, it may sound a little woo-woo coming from a licensed psychotherapist, but there truly are energetic connections with our loved ones that can only be explained outside of what we can experience with our five senses in the physical world. As we form relationships with others, we develop energetic connections. We establish patterns within this active dynamic that forms the foundation of the relationship. Those patterns grow the longer the relationship exists. And when we decide to end a relationship, there's a bit of a clearing that's required to truly free ourselves from this connection with our abuser, addict, or narcissist. It's really essential to understand the different ways you may be connected to best clear them from your life. The first connection is emotional. You know, narcissists, abusers, and addicts can be master manipulators. This results in sucking our energy to exhaustion. You'll feel drained whenever you engage with them. I remember having to interact with my mother's narcissistic boyfriend, and it would take days to detox from his toxic energy. It was all over my body. It was just awful. But there are other ways to feel drained, such as putting your narcissist or abuser or addict above their needs above your own, or you try to please them over and over again to no avail. They are, of course, never pleased, leaving you drained, with them sucking the life out of you. The second energetic connection is physical, such as having a sexual relationship with this narcissist, abuser, or addict. And this will need clearing too. In an intimate relationship, you absorb some of their energy and they absorb some of yours. What makes it more difficult is if they carry negative energy, they can siphon away any positive energy you might have left in your energy field. And this negative energy has to be cleared regularly. We're all made of energy. While we may appear in mostly a solid state, we are actually surrounded by millions of particles that form us and the world around us. When we develop relationships with others, our energy begins to form around one another and we develop corded attachments. These cords act like tethers, connecting us and being able to pick up every other person's energy field. We become very sensitive to when our partner's field changes, and we may feel something if they experience intense emotions, even when they're not in our vicinity. When my addict ex was out using, I could feel the darkness that surrounded him. My energy became attuned to this. This exchange can be positive if we're in a healthy relationship. It can allow us to connect on a much deeper and more intimate level. However, if we no longer want the narcissist, addict, or abuser energetically connected to us, it's essential to reclaim your energy and block them from continuing to have access to ourselves, energetically, mentally, emotionally, and physically. When we begin to let go, we can feel the separation. And this separation can cause us to feel really uncomfortable, and we begin to miss them. We feel empty without them, and we may have a strong desire to reconnect with them to alleviate the pain or the emptiness. But this feeling is a temporary state of being, and it will pass even more quickly as you clear them from your field. I remember when my ex-husband and I divorced, and he would call me, letting me know he was in some sort of trouble. I would feel this energetic force come over me as if a demon entered my body, with a pull so strong at times I couldn't stop the need to connect with him and rescue him. My energetic connection to him was keeping me from moving forward and, quite frankly, waking up to my life. I would second guess my decision to divorce him, even though I knew I had done the right thing. I had to clear the cord that was holding us together, and that is where energetic clearing comes in. We're all made of energy. You may have heard the saying, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. However, it can be changed, transmuted, and transformed. When you decide that it's time to release a toxic relationship, the following options may be beneficial for clearing your field. So you can try salt baths, meditation, yoga. Create a mantra for letting go of all karmic connections to the addict, abuser, or narcissist. You might even try breath work, body work, or energy clearing by a professional. If you continually struggle with repeating patterns in your life, you may benefit from a professional clearing. Clearings can raise your vibration and release you from toxic relationships. Of course, none of this can replace the inner work you need to do to understand why you have attracted these individuals into your life, why you're continually attracted to these toxic relationships, and how to get into healthy relationships that better serve you. A psychotherapist that does deep trauma psychotherapy, such as myself, can be very beneficial, such as EMDR, somatic experiencing, or tapping. I often use somatic experiencing and or tapping with my clients. And in addition, I've also created a tribe called Wake Up Recovery for codependence and toxic relationship that uses many of these modalities to work through and get beyond the toxic relationships in your life. And you can check that out in my link in bio. Thanks for listening to today's video.